All right, in news just coming in, the Supreme Court has begun hearing the centre's petition challenging last week's order of the Delhi High Court, which had in fact favoured the Aam Aadmi Party government here in Delhi on the issue of that controversial Home Ministry notification. The court has made some observations. For more on that, let's now go across to my colleague Ketki Angre, who joins us on the phone line. Ketki, what has the Supreme Court said so far?
Well, essentially what the Supreme Court has done is put the ball back in the court of the High Court. So essentially the Supreme Court has said whatever observations were made by the High Court, and this pertains particularly to the notification. And if you remember, the High Court on the 25th of May had said the notification of the centre is suspect. So what the Supreme Court today has said that any observation that has been made by the High Court previously must not influence any decision on the hearing today of the High Court. So the High Court must listen to this case as it's a fresh case, listening to it on the merits that both sides put forth. As you also know, that there is a hearing in the High Court that is scheduled today in which the Delhi government has challenged the notification of the centre. And since the Delhi High Court is already taking a view on this, the Supreme Court has said that it will not look into it for now. But since this word of suspect had come in, the Supreme Court has said the High Court must listen to the case without being influenced by any observations that have been made in the past. So essentially, it's left the decision now in the court of the High Court.
Also, very quickly, Ketki, before we let you go, for some clarity on this, are we to then believe that the Supreme Court, as of now, has disposed of this petition of the centre and the matter will now only be heard by the High Court?
Well, for now, Neha, the matter will only be heard by the High Court. The Supreme Court has just issued a notice, which is returnable in 3 weeks. But as of now, the Supreme Court is also aware that there is a hearing that is pending in the High Court today. The Supreme Court, which is why has not stepped in just yet. It wants to wait to see how that verdict goes. And only then, if any of the parties come back to the Supreme Court with any further petitions, will the Supreme Court take it up. So for now, the ball is back in the Delhi High Court's court. And also what the Supreme Court is essentially saying is that the case should be heard without being influenced by any previous observations that have been made in the by the High Court in this case. Yeah.
Right, Ketki, thanks so much for joining us with those details. So as Ketki mentioned there, the Supreme Court has really left it to the Delhi High Court to hear this entire matter, while the top court has issued notices to all the parties concerned. It is not making an intervention in this matter just yet, directing the Delhi High Court instead to hear the matter completely independently. Of course, this could very well be a long drawn out legal battle between the centre and the Aam Aadmi Party government here in Delhi.